The cold wind whispered through the dense, fog-covered forest as Rahul, Samir, and Anjali made their way deeper into the wilderness. The sun was setting, casting eerie shadows on the towering trees around them. Anjali hesitated, her steps slowing. "Guys, are you sure we should be here this late?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Samir chuckled, brushing aside her concern. "Relax, it's just a forest, not some haunted house." Rahul smirked. "Yeah, and besides, what's the worst that can happen?" As if in response, a gust of cold wind rushed past them, making the leaves rustle aggressively. Anjali shivered but said nothing. With each step, the forest grew darker. Their flashlight beams cut through the fog, revealing twisted tree branches that looked like skeletal fingers reaching out. The once lively sounds of birds and insects had faded, replaced by an unsettling silence. "I swear I just heard something," Anjali whispered, stopping abruptly. A branch cracked in the distance. The three of them froze, their breath hitching. Samir laughed nervously. "Probably an animal. Right?" Rahul didn't respond. He felt a strange unease creeping up his spine. Still, he forced a reassuring smile. "Let's just keep moving. We'll set up camp soon." The trio finally stopped near a massive ancient tree and started a fire. Its flickering flames cast ominous shadows on their faces. The silence pressed down on them like an invisible force. Samir grinned, trying to lighten the mood. "So, who's up for some horror stories?" Before anyone could answer, a chilling scream echoed through the forest. Their fire flickered violently as if responding to the sound. Anjali's eyes widened in horror. That wasn't an animal. They grabbed their flashlights, scanning the darkness. Then, without warning, Samir let out a blood-curdling scream. Something had yanked him into the shadows. "Samir!" Rahul shouted, his voice breaking. But there was no answer. The only thing left behind was Samir's flashlight, flickering weakly on the ground. Terror gripped Rahul and Anjali as they clung to each other. "We have to get out of here. Now!" Anjali gasped. Just then, a whisper floated through the air, a voice eerily similar to Samir's. "Where are you going? Stay with us." Panic surged through them, and they bolted. The whisper followed them, multiplying into a chorus of voices. The forest itself seemed to close in around them. "I see the way out!" Rahul cried as a clearing came into view. But just as they reached the edge of the forest, Anjali let out a strangled gasp. Rahul turned just in time to see invisible hands dragging her back into the darkness. Her scream echoed through the trees. Then silence. Rahul stumbled out onto the road, his legs giving way. A passing truck screeched to a halt, and the driver ran towards him. "Hey, what happened? Where are your friends?" the driver asked, shaking Rahul gently. Rahul's body trembled. He turned his gaze back to the forest, his voice barely a whisper. They never left." In the distance, two faint glowing eyes emerged from the darkness. And then, nothing. Some forests are better left unexplored, because once they take something, they never give it back.